What's up, everyone? It's Izzy from CST, and today I'm here with the newly minted One Championship Strawweight Kickboxing Champion, Jackie Buntan. Jackie, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm grand, thank you. So, to start off, congratulations, right? You're the newly crowned One Strawweight Kickboxing Champion. Chatri always talks about this belt being 26 pounds of gold. Is that really true? Is it really that heavy?
It is true. It's 26 pounds. It's a very heavy belt.
Class. So, do you have it like, what's the setup? You've got it on display, or where's it at?
Yeah, it's right here in my living room right there.
Oh, class. It looks great. It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
Right. So you finally reached this massive goal of yours in your career. Just how do you feel? Are you satisfied now, or do you still feel there's more to prove?
I'm satisfied I reached this goal that, like you said, I've been had my eyes on for so long, but there's 1,000% more things for me to prove. Getting the belt is one thing. The true test is keeping that belt, defending it, and staying on top and creating that
Yeah.
legacy. So there's definitely more to prove.
Okay. Good stuff. So, to get this belt, you had to topple one of the greatest of all time in the sport of kickboxing in Anissa Meksen. So, considering you're still so early in your career, were there any nerves around, her experience compared to yours coming into this fight, or was it just like any other fight and it didn't bother you?
Yeah, there were nerves, of course, like any other fight, but to be honest, you know, I feel like I've worked my mental game very well as an athlete, being able to prepare myself for these moments, and I really had to hone in on that for this fight camp and this fight and the nerves were there when I fought, but this was probably
Mhm.
the most relaxed I've been going into the ring, and I think it's
Okay.
really just because of all the mental work I've done.
Okay. Yeah. That's great stuff. So your last few fights, right? They were at a catch weight before this one. Were at a catch weight of 130 pounds. So you made 125 pounds no problem this time around. Is the weight something that you still struggle with, or do you feel that you can comfortably make straw weight, from here going out?
Yeah, I mean, I could comfortably make straw weight,
Mm-hmm.
the last fight in March was a catch weight. That was because I had come off of a hiatus last year. I had to pull out of a
Yeah.
fight due to some other reasons, and the weight was higher than usual. Prior to that, the two other catch weights, I actually made the weight. I didn't pass hydration, but I made
Mm-hmm.
125, and that was no problem at all. So I'm a natural straw weight at 125. I feel strong.
Yeah.
I feel healthy at that. So making that's no
Okay.
issue.
Right. Yeah. So there's no thought of possibly going up to 135 if 125 gets too difficult of a cut, or
No,
is it just
definitely not.
perfectly fine?
125 is perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now with the hurdle of Mexin now passed, and now that you have the belt, you know, the natural question is what's next, right? So there's kind of a few options in your division. You have your belt, you can defend that belt, defend against a few contenders in kickboxing, or there's also the option now you have a bit of leverage as a champion to go back over to Muay Thai and rematch Smila Sondel. Is that something you'd like to do?
The goal is to go for both. I'm obviously keep defending the kickboxing belt, but also go back
Mm-hmm.
and challenge for the Muay Thai belt. So the plan next year is to be active and do both disciplines, kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Okay, fairs, fairs. So, and if it is, I assume obviously every fighter wants big fights. So if it is big fights that you want and you're looking for, there's a few in mind. I have a list here of three fighters, you know, because we can move kind of across divisions for the big fights. So my three names I have down here are Stan Fairtex, Alicia Rodriguez, and Pet Gija. Right, they're all atom weights, the division below you, but all big stars and would be great fights for you. So if any of them would be willing to come up to strawweight, which I know Alicia has done previously, who would you like to fight the most out of those three, and in which rule set?
Oh man, I don't even know. They're all of them are killers and have. I'm not sure if Alicia has fought kickboxing, but I know Stamp and
Mm-hmm.
Petucha obviously were kickboxing champs, and they do
Yeah.
fantastic in both. So I think it'd be an awesome fight to fight with either of them. I really don't. I'm really not thinking of anyone at the moment. But
Okay, okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
if that's there, that's there, you know.
Yeah. So is it just kind of a mentality of like whoever the promotion throws at you, you'll take, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I've been like that since an amateur. I've been like that obviously in my professional career. We don't cherry pick. Yeah, to reach a certain level as an athlete, especially in combat sports, you can't just be fighting easy fights. You got to be fighting people who are better than you, people who have more experience than you, etc.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have, man. So I also wanted to transition into talking about something that you yourself have said you're very proud of, which is your nationality. So when I was watching the one broadcast just before your fight, they put on a little video of you talking about how you're proud to represent both the Philippines and the USA in one championship. So looking at the Filipino side first, one have a long history of Filipino champions. So how does it feel for you to add your name to that list in the history books? What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's such a proud moment, and I feel so blessed to be able to do that. You know, being Filipino, being a female also, when I was
Mhm.
younger, there wasn't much females to look up to in America and in the Philippines. So being able to be part of history as a Filipino American woman to be able to pave the way and hopefully inspire more girls, more people out there to do the same, and hopefully they look at me and see something they can relate to. I'm just so blessed to be a part of that. You know, I started this journey for myself, and you know, you really don't realize it along the way, but it touches a lot of people, and I think that's a really special feeling.
Yeah, I imagine that could be really inspiring to a lot of young female fighters coming up. And looking at the American side of things, you're the first American striking champion in one since Janet Todd, right? So I assume you are, but would you be looking to defend your belt in America next year?
Oh, I would love that. That's the goal, you know, on top of having a busy year is to hopefully get shows in the US and be able to,
Mhm.
you know, I don't see why not. I'm one of the few American fighters they have, so that's the goal. I hope have one come to the US next year and be able to fight on their shows.
Yeah, for sure. And would a show in Manila be something you'd push for in the Philippines?
Oh, 100%. When I was able to fight there in 2022, the energy was
Hmm.
insane, insane. So
Yeah.
Manila, California specifically, or the US in general, those would be awesome places to compete at.
That'd be class. I'd love to see you fight any of those places. So just to close this out now, a friend of mine, Vinny, who's also a media member at our outlet, he's Filipino American too, and he was
Awesome.
wondering, and I'm sure a lot of other Filipino Americans and Filipinos might be wondering, what was your go-to Filipino dish post-fight?
Oh man, you know, I couldn't get any Filipino food obviously out in Thailand, but my favorite
Yeah.
Filipino dish is daing na bangos. It's like a fried milkfish that you
Okay.
marinate it in like vinegar and garlic and pepper and then deep fry it. Just that with some garlic rice. That's my favorite dish. I could eat that
That
all
sounds
day.
complex. That sounds nice. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Right. Well, there you go, Vinny. There it is. Right. Thank you, Jackie. That's about all I have. So see you later.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
all
for
for.
having me.
No bother. Thanks for coming on.
All
See ya.
right, bye bye.